Welcome to lesson plan 3. So even though we are on day 4, we are still on lesson plan 3 because lesson plan 2 would have covered for day 2 and day 3, right? So today is Monday. We are in the second week of our classes, and I hope that you guys are enjoying the content that you're doing so far. I know most of you, it's like, oh, I know this already, but of course we have to ensure that your foundation is covered so that you could move forward effectively in September. Right, so today we'll be wrapping up the rules of direct numbers. We would have introduced the addition and subtraction rules. Let me see if you remember. So when the signs are the same, you add and keep the sign, and when the signs are different, you subtract and keep the sign of the larger number. Now for multiplication and division, we could summarize it into 2 rules as well, right? So it's going to be, and I'm going to tell you this, I'm not going to write this one. When the signs are the same, your answer is positive. And when your signs are different, your answer is negative. So that's a multiplication. Always remember to be careful when you're saying your rules. So you're supposed to say for addition and subtraction, when the signs are the same, we add and keep the sign. And for addition and subtraction, when the signs are different, we subtract and keep the sign of the larger number. Now, on the other hand, you're going to say for multiplication and division, when the signs are the same, our answer is positive, and when our signs are different, our answer is negative. So be careful. I know it's easy for you to mix up, but be careful with regards to mixing up your rules between multiplication and addition and division and subtraction, etc. Right? So for addition and subtraction, when the signs are the same, we add and keep the sign, and when the signs are different, we subtract and keep the sign of the larger number. But for multiplication and division, when the signs are the same, our answer is positive, and when our signs are different, our answer is negative. So let's jump quickly, although you'll go through this with your tutor. So for multiplication and division, let's say I have positive 2, that I don't need to put a positive, right? By positive 3. That will give me positive 6. So when the signs are the same, our answer is positive. What about negative 2? By negative 3. They have the same signs. So therefore, our answer will still be positive 6. Of course, I could just write this as 6, right? So we see here, when the signs are the same, our answer is positive. And when our signs are the same, our answer is positive. Let's switch it up. Negative 2 by positive 3. Our signs are different because the first number is negative and the second number is positive. So that's going to be negative 6 now. When the signs are different, our answer is negative. What about 3 by negative 2? Our signs are still different, so our answer is still negative. Right? So you can pause the video, recap that there. Let's try for division. 6 divided by 2. Signs are the same, positive answer. Signs are the same, positive answer. Signs are different, negative answer. Signs are different, negative answer. So it's pretty straightforward, but you just have to remember what is the rule for addition and subtraction and what is the rule for multiplication and division. So that was quickly multiplication and division. Let's go back to addition and subtraction. Negative 6 minus 2. When the signs are the same, we now add and keep the sign. So that 6 add 2 is 8 and keep the negative sign. When the signs are different, we subtract and keep the sign of the larger number. So that is subtract. Even though we're seeing that 6 add 2, don't get confused. The signs are different, negative, positive. Well, subtract, add, we have to subtract. So that's going to be 4. And the sign of the larger number is 6, negative 4. All right, so let's do 2 more. 4 minus 2. The signs are different because this is positive and this is negative. So we have to subtract, which will be 2, and the bigger number is 4. So that's positive 2, which we don't need to leave as positive. Let's do 2 minus 4 now. Signs are different because this is positive and this is negative. So it's going to be subtraction, which is 4 minus 2, which is 2. And a sign on the bigger number is negative. So that's some quick examples with regards to addition and subtraction and multiplication and division for our signs. Now, today we are going to be introduced to something else, which is the foundation of mathematics. If you don't know how to do this, you're going to have trouble in all areas of your mathematics. So our goal is to ensure that you are very comfortable with understanding this topic. And this topic is algebra. What did I say? Algebra. So what is algebra? Algebra is the use of variables, which I would explain, and constants, which I would also explain, with regards to working out questions. Now what we're doing right now is using specific information, but in algebra, we're going to use general information to come to specific answers. Miss, what are you talking about? Right. So let's say we know that 1 bottle of water, right? We know that 1 bottle of water costs $2. 2 bottles of water cost $4. And 3 bottles of water will cost $6. Now, I can use algebra to work out how many times 1,000 bottles based on the cost, right? So I can say, well, 2 bottles using algebra. If I don't know the price, I can say the cost of 1 bottle of water is X dollars if I don't know the cost, and two bottles will be 2 by X, and 3 bottles will be 3 by X, and 4 bottles will be 4 by X. That's how we're going to use algebra, right? So in the case I find out that X is now $3, I know that 2 bottled water is 2 by 3, 3 bottled waters is 3 by 3, 4 bottled waters is 4 by 3. So we're going to use letters to hold the place that we're going to call variables. We don't know the values until we solve for these values. And in order for us to solve for these values, we need to use the laws of arithmetic, the 4 laws, which are addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. We're going to use the rules of signs, which says for addition and subtraction, when the signs are the same, we add and keep the sign. When the signs are different, we subtract and keep the sign of the larger number. And then for multiplication and division, when the signs are the same, our answer is positive. And when our signs are different, our answer is negative. Who think you can remember these two rules and 4 laws of arithmetic? I hope that you'll remember them because we've been doing them over the past week, right? So what we're going to do now is understand operations and inverse operations. So this we know already. It's just for us to see it. And this would help us with regards to working out our algebraic expressions and equations. So I know my first operation is addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. If I want to reverse addition, I'm going to do subtraction. If I want to reverse subtraction, I'm going to do addition. If I want to reverse multiplication, I'm going to do division. And if I want to reverse division, I'm going to do multiplication. This is something we need to remember, right? So for example, 14 add 16 is equal to 30. If I use algebra now and I say, well, x add 16 is equal to 30, how to find the value of x? I would have to remove the 16, add 16, and send this across on the other side to get x by itself, to make x equal to something. And because 16 is addition, when I send this across, it's going to use its inverse operation, which is subtraction. So I'm now going to say x is equal to, put back my 30, put back the inverse of 16, which is subtract 16, and x is equal to 14. Let's try another one. If minus 2 minus 8 is equal to, if y minus 2 is equal to, oh no, this is an error. If y minus 8 is equal to 10, then I could say I have to remove the minus 8 and send it across and do the inverse operation. So y is equal to 10. The inverse of minus 8 is add 8. So y is equal to 18. Yeah, not too bad for addition and subtraction, right? Let's try it again. Let us try it again. If m add 2 is equal to 6, what add 2 is equal to 6? 4, right? 4. But I know I could work this out. Instead of thinking about it, I could say, send across positive 2 on the other side to do the inverse operation. So m is equal to 6 minus 2, which is equal to 4. Let's do one more. S minus 9 is equal to minus 10. I know S, I send across minus 9 to do the inverse operation. So S is equal to minus 10. Inverse of minus 9 is add 10. So S is equal to, now we have when the signs are different, we subtract and keep the sign of the larger number. So 10 minus 9 is 1, and the larger number is minus. So S is equal to minus 1. That's how we work out some simple algebra expressions. Something for us to note, however, is that we could only add or subtract like terms. By like terms, we mean that our variables, which we know earlier, which our variables are our letters, our letters must be exactly the same for us to add or subtract. So m, 2m, 3m, 5m, negative 6m, all of them have the same variables, therefore we can add or subtract these. What about a cubed, 2a cubed, minus 4a cubed, minus 20a cubed? They all have the same a cubed, therefore they have the same variables. So we can add or subtract those. TU, ST, ST, 10ST, minus ST, 2ST, all have the same variables, so we can add or subtract these variables. What if I do A squared, B squared, AB squared, AC squared? Not the same variables. They have to be exactly the same, so these cannot add or subtract. Yeah. So in order for our variables to add or subtract, they must be exactly the same. And when we add them or subtract them, we use the numbers in front of them. So 2a add 2a minus 4a minus 14a. I could add or subtract these because they have the same variables. So 2 plus 2, we're going to use the numbers in front, which are the coefficients, right? The coefficients. We're going to add up the coefficients. So that's 2. Add 2 minus 14. So that's 2. Add 2 minus 14, which is 2 plus 2, which is 4. And 4 minus 14, we know when the signs are different for addition and subtraction, we subtract and keep the sign of the larger number. So that's 40 minus 4, 10 with a minus sign, and we put back our variable, which is a. That's how we add or subtract algebraic expressions. Let's try it again. Y add 2y squared. Are they exactly the same? No, one is y, one is y squared, therefore these cannot add. So let's do it again. Let's do 2v minus 16v add 5v. They are the same, so I could add or subtract. So 2 minus 16 add 5 is equal to 2 minus 16 is, the signs are different, so I have to subtract. So 16 minus 2 is 14. The larger sign is on 16, so negative 14. Add 5, we're doing it again, subtracting, which is negative 9. And then we put back our variable, which is b. Yes, so we are going to do some examples with regards to that in our live class. So we're going to use the inverse operations by solving for sum, and we're going to see like terms and unlike terms. So, of course, if you need any extra assistance with this topic, feel free to visit me at help desk from 6 to 7 p.m. Right? So guys, take your time with algebra. You got this. Don't pressure yourself. I hope that you guys watch this and pause, make a lot of notes, so by the time you get to your tutor in class, you would have a lot of questions and you'll have a better understanding, right? So take care. I'll see you guys for the other lesson.